Hey Believers, this is SuperZombGBBQ. Today we're going to be talking about WrestleMania. Now a lot of people are going to be saying, what about WrestleMania? Well, over the WrestleMania weekend, WWE games community goes a little bit crazy. Not only because you got NXT TakeOver, not because you got the Hall of Fame ceremony, the WrestleMania event itself, which will be in New York, New Jersey, and on top of that, you're going to have all the other events, the Ring of Honor, the NJPW events. They're probably going to have, I imagine, AEW will probably do something around that time frame as well. There's going to be a lot of wrestling and everyone's going to be very happy about that. But for SuperCard fans in particular, a lot of people are going to be hyped because of a certain WrestleMania tier, which we have now had for 1, 2, 3, 4 factors. WrestleMania 32, 33, 34. Now that'll be the 4th year in a row that we've got a brand new WrestleMania tier. In fact, technically, would I be wrong in saying that'd be 5th year in a row? Because this is season 5, but they wouldn't... Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to stop talking about it. We're going to get right into it. I've got some information that is going to potentially hint as to when that is coming, the designs of the cards, everything. And you guys, I hope, are going to absolutely love this and get real hype. So if you are hype, smack that like button for WrestleMania 35 tier. Subscribe to the channel and turn your notifications on by clicking that bell. Literally, all those 3 take 2 seconds. Just done, and awesome. Let's get started though by proing some cards because we've got 2 Seth Rollins here and 2 Alexa Blisses. If you haven't seen that video, you should definitely go and check it out. We've got 2 brand new stars for the catalogue. And the reason I'm not training these guys up is because soon I won't need them because of these female pros I've got here. We're also in the midst of Ambrose domination. And we've got some new packs come out as well. So I'm going to claim my free packs. But now, let's talk about WrestleMania 35 tier. Because I know a lot of people are going to be excited to find out what goes on. So, for those of you who are long-term watchers of the channel, you probably have seen this kind of thing before, where we have a look at all the upcoming dates for SuperCard. At the moment, we're in the midst of Dean Ambrose's potentially final event. He's one of the most popular guys in WWE, but it's almost like there's not enough space for a third. You got Roman, you got Seth. They're not ever going to be on the same brand together. Very unlikely. And if they are, they're fighting over one title and Dean Ambrose is on the other side. It seems like the Shield needs 3 brands. 1 to rule each brand. And they can't seem to want to put Dean Ambrose over both Seth or Roman Reigns. And that sucks. But we're going to talk about Dean Ambrose in a lot more detail in the previous video. Down in the comments section below, I want to know your thoughts over a potential WrestleMania 35 tier. We're going to get right into why this Dean Ambrose card is important and why now is the right time to talk about it. Taking Last Man Standing out of the equation, we now have an up arrow and a down arrow in Elias and Rusev. You could argue that with the over the limit Elias being something that maybe was unobtainable for others, that Johnny Gargano took his place, which could be argued for or against. Now you have the left arrow Velveteen Dream, and now you have the right arrow, which is Dean Ambrose. That means you now have a heroic card and potentially a replacement in Johnny Gargano and an even stronger left arrow in The Rock from Last Man Standing that you could actually get away with having an up, down, right and left arrows, which now means ring domination can be contested by anyone. There's no safe spots in ring domination. Now, of course, they know that most people wouldn't have got themselves Daniel Bryan because the game had only just started, and on top of that, you've also got yourself the likes of Finn Balor and Dean Ambrose that showed up. This Finn Balor over here will be replaced by Velveteen Dream. This Daniel Bryan will be replaced by Dean Ambrose. By the time another event happens, you will then have Jeff Hardy replaced as well. Which means, ignoring the first set of events, you will have a full set of heroic or Last Man Standing cards in the game. And that's not counting a potential second female event, which could happen. There's so much going on with Becky Lynch, Ronda Rousey, you've got the likes of China going to the Hall of Fame. There's a lot going on. And this calendar just gives you a hint of what's going to happen. And this is not guaranteed by any case, and a lot of it is guesswork. But we've got some dates down. Let's first of all check out February. Now, if you have a look here, Saturday the 23rd, which is today, Ring Domination. Ring Domination tomorrow, then Team Road to Glory. Now, this also could be used for a little bit of like a, I don't know, a reference to know where we're sitting in terms of the game. Then you got the Road to Glory Dean Ambrose, which is going to take place next week. They have confirmed it is Road to Glory. And then you got to think about Team Ring Domination. That's going to come up the week afterwards. Now, I personally think that next week we will see the spring event coming in. Alternatively, it'll be the week of Fastlane. Fastlane as well, I can definitely see a last man standing happening. We do have an alternative just in case that theory is wrong. So last man standing then goes over that Fastlane weekend. Team Road to Glory hits, and then you get a Road to Glory for the final card of the tier. Flash Ring Domination the following week, and then you got WrestleMania tier hitting about halfway through March. So that would allow another 2 event cards to come in, one being a female, one being a male. In fact, you could also go over a second one being a male as well. And then you've got yourself full decks. People are going to have overpowered decks. Additions are not really going to be that sought after. And that Flash Ring Domination is probably going to have a card that's ridiculously powerful, like they usually do at an end of each tier. However, a lot of people have said to me in the past that, well, you don't need Flash events anymore because last man standing, and this has been proven in the past. So I've created an alternate version if there wasn't to be a Flash event, and they could just go along with doing a Road to Glory and a Ring Domination. But I feel that they're going to do one more last man standing. So, you got last man standing taking place in 2 weeks' time. Then you have a Road to Glory, then a Ring Domination, and then you'd have the new tier on the 27th of March. Now that would fit in with how the spring event worked last year, where that released on the 14th of March, where this year it would be the 13th. So that'll give you a week or two to get some cool little spring fusions. They might start it a little bit earlier, of course, just like they did with the Valentine stuff, and then bang, here is a brand new tier. Just like last year, they then revived the Spring Into the Ring for WrestleMania tier to include some brand new cards in there. So is it likely that either of these dates is going to be the date of WrestleMania tier? History tells us so. Back for WrestleMania 33 tier, we had WrestleMania 33 tier hit about 2 to 3 weeks before WrestleMania even happened. And I wouldn't put it past them to do that again. Alternatively, they could do what they did for WrestleMania 34 tier, and that is release it a week earlier than the event itself. Usually when they launch a tier, for example, I'll give you an example of Goliath tier, which was released at Money in the Bank, or SummerSlam. They usually release that the week of the event to kind of capitalize on the popularity of the event. I feel it's very, very likely that because of the amount of event cards we've had, the number of heroic cards we've had in the game as well, considering that started earlier than it did last time as well, I've just got a feeling that we're probably going to see it earlier than the 27th. And funnily enough, I actually have a bet with Biggie Dude. If you don't know, you should go check out his channel. He's freaking awesome. But me and Biggie Dude have a bet. That I bet the 20th is when WrestleMania 35 tier is going to hit, and he's bet the 27th. Which I could see 50-50 either. But when do you want to see it? Do you want to see it earlier? Do you want to see it the 13th? And I'm going to tell you now, the reason why I think it's not going to come any earlier than the 20th is because you've got the Money in the Bank rewards hitting on the 14th, which is when the current Money in the Bank rewards run out, and I would guess Fastlane Money in the Bank rewards would then jump in. But we'd have to wait and see. It's not putting it out of the question that they could drop at the same time, but it's probably highly unlikely that that's going to happen. This is not official. This could be misinterpreted. I'm fully aware of that. This is basically a guide. And I'll update this maybe and put it on Twitter when we know what the event cards are or any changes. I mean, in 2 weeks' time, we might be having another Over the Limit, another ring domination. Who knows? But I do have to say a huge thanks to Damian Hardy, who did hit me up with this WrestleMania 35 tier design. And I hope it looks as good as this. I can imagine, especially how good WrestleMania 34 cards looked last year, and WrestleMania 33 to some extent. Even though I'm sick of seeing them, because they're just so common now, it's nice to see these kind of out there designs, with the addition of Gothic, Shattered, and Neon. The designs being crazy. Literally, it's limitless what they could do with these designs now. So, if it could be even better than this, I'm all for it. But I want to know your comments in the comments below, like I said earlier on. Hit the like on this video if you're hyped for WrestleMania and WrestleMania 35 tier. It is coming real fast. Subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on so you don't miss any of the news and any of the details, which no doubt will be coming up over the next couple of weeks. I've been SuperZomGBBQ though. You have been awesome. One last thing, and that is to